First of all, this subject is a matter that is very dear to all of us, extremely dear. And I saw the way you spoke with a lot of passion. In order to ensure that we get maximum participation, I want to humbly suggest, as you normally do, we have roles. Let's assign speakers by role. I would not want to lose out because I want to speak. So that every role we identify the people who speak by roles. So that when we realize that we are done with this role, okay, the speakers for this role as identified, we are done. Then we move to the next role. So that all of us, as maximum as possible, we can participate in this subject matter. This is my kind and humble suggestion. Amend our rules of engagement. There were many of us who sounded pessimistic. It was not going to work. We will not succeed. But I'm proud to be associated with that process. That today, when the history is being told, it will be said that once upon a time, the Pan-African Parliament engaged in a consistent and repeated effort and amended its rules of procedure, regardless of all the pessimists. And two things that the Union did, which I'm very proud, Mr. President, these are my introductory remarks, were the reform of our rules of engagement. And then for a long time, we have been sojourning and considering the possibility of bringing together the PAP and the PRC, because the PAP and the PRC were working away from each other, which shouldn't be the case. Mr. President, I proceed on the presumption that our representatives are fully representing the African Union. That is a reasonable presumption I want to start from, because we want to vent not in vain, but we want to vent with an ultimate aim of changing the status quo. We want to vent with an ultimate aim of setting a signal clear, not only to the AU, but to the entire continent, that we've come of age. And it's time for us to be recognized as such. Mr. President, it's important we don't overly simplify the matter. What is at stake is critical. And I hear colleagues, with the greatest of respect, making reference to budget. The matter at stake is not just about budget. Budget is a microscopic aspect of it. It's just one aspect of the entire greater concern that we are talking about. And not elected you. There were many who doubted it. The Bureau has justified your inclusion. You have proven that indeed the confidence we reimpose in you is justified. And we want to make an appeal to the African Union and all the agencies of African Union that the gone were the past. When PAP will come here and we'll be fighting. PAP comes to a session and we are fighting. For a long time, we are not fighting again. We as an institution are making conscious effort to reform ourselves. That is why we change our rules of procedure. That is why for a long time, for many, many years, the PAP and the PRC were not meeting, but through the leadership of our president, the new Bureau, they struck that understanding, and there is a cross-fertilization and a working together. We beg you in the name of God. I'm concluding. Representative of African Union, we beg you in the name of God, and I see you taking note. I'm concluding. Representative of African Union, we beg you in the name of God, and I see you taking note. Don't write and go and sleep. Write and send it to the appropriate quarters that we are sending a clear signal. But the PAP that we knew of having image issues, has reformed. The PAP that we thought was not serious is now being led by dedicated Bureau officers who have shown seriousness. And therefore, the least we can expect from you is that you show mutuality in terms of respect. And I'm confident that if we move in this direction, the path that all of us are desirous of, the African Union that all of us are desirous of, ultimately we will achieve it. I thank you, Mr. President.